Hola, it's your girl Alisha. Welcome back to my guide. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. If you already have, press that bell button to stay updated. I want to chit chat, keep it casual. This is for teenagers living with Stargardt disease. I did one a while ago for parents living with Stargardt disease. I think the link will be over here if you want to check that one out. I want to make this video short and sweet. I don't want to overlap it with too much info that I've already discussed in other videos, especially concerning what you shouldn't or should do, eat, diet, health, exercise, cures, all that. I've discussed all that in other videos, so I'll link all that in the information box. But today I wanted to focus on the mental, the emotions, going through the motions, because I remember what it was like being a teenager. I would never want to relive that again. My teenager life was just, and I can't imagine what it's like to be a teenager living with Stargardt disease, because I personally was diagnosed at 21. My vision started to go when I was 19, but it didn't get bad until I was 25. So I felt like I got a sense of myself by then. And a lot of you have DM'd me on Snapchat and Instagram about being yourself, losing your vision, friendships, and all of that. So I just want to discuss that and share with you my major keys. DJ Khaled. Dealing with this disease, because it's not easy, and I'm going to be the last one to sugarcoat it for you. Living with an eye disease, whether you're partially sighted, low vision, legally blind, whatever stage you're at, isn't easy. Something every day will probably remind you of that. It's not impossible, and it doesn't have to ruin your life. I look at it as a tool. Two things. It's a window, which I'll discuss in a second, and it's also an opportunity. So for me, I look at Stargardt disease, can I say it properly, as an opportunity for me to grow and develop as a person, because there's certain characteristics that I didn't have, I don't know if I would have, had it not been for this disease. I'm the type of person where I can admit, I was very pessimistic before. A lot of my friends, they've noticed a shift and commented on it, and I'm like, how are you friends with me before? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, that was not the answer I was looking for. Stargardt disease has given me the opportunity to look at life differently, pun intended, look at myself differently, and decide what I'm going to do with my life. Not necessarily literally what I'm going to do with my life. I don't have like this big purpose now thanks to Stargardt disease. What I'm going to do with my life as far as building my character and who I am. Stargardt is something that does test you. It's going to be a challenge. Whether there's a cure or not in the future is neither here nor there. In this moment, it makes you realize that all we have is this moment, and that's the most important thing. And there's so much power in knowing that. My Auntie Amanda gave me a book when I was 17 called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. You might or might not have heard of it before, but it's in like the whole realm of mindfulness and being woke. Okay. When I got that book, I started to read it, but I was like, this is so boring. Like, I love Oprah, but this is some next level boring Oprah-ish. I didn't touch that book for another decade, and I think I read it when I was 27. I don't think I finished it, but I listened to a lot of his interviews, and I'm more aligned with that mentality now, because it's so important, especially when you're going through something like Stargardt disease and the possibility of losing your vision, that you remember that all that matters, all that is, all that's real is right now. I feel like there's so much strength, chills in that. I know for a fact that whenever I was most sad about Stargardt, I can remember like a year ago, 3 years ago when I was first diagnosed, I kept thinking about what my life was before being diagnosed, how it was so easy to do things, and now I have to think about it and how it's so frustrating. And then the other half of me was being stressed out about, what is my life going to be? Can I still do this job? Where am I going to be in 5 years? Who's going to love me? I just realized like neither of these things actually exist right now. And I have so much to be grateful for right now with my vision, with my life, with the people I choose to have in it. A second major key is positivity. And I've mentioned this before, so I'm just going to talk about it really briefly, but it is your choice to be positive and choose to look at things. It is always about perspective in life, because two people can live the same life, and one can say their life was great and the other could say it's terrible and have the exact same things happen to them. I know this is not a real life scenario, but follow me. And depending on the perspective, it could totally change the outcome, because you can miss things when you're looking in a different direction. Allowing yourself to feel bad if you have a bad day, but also remembering that it's not going to last forever and nothing stays the same forever, and there's no point in stressing yourself about how your vision is going to get worse, because I do that sometimes and I have to remind myself if it gets worse, it does, but it's an unknown, and I don't want to ruin what I have right now and be miserable right now and lose this moment right now when that's all I have right now. And you might know, if you follow me on the gram, that I like to share stories of quotes. So I read 6 quotes a day, take 3 pictures of 2 pages, and in the morning I just try to meditate on them and get myself into a good mood, good vibes. I'm always about the good vibes. Life is too short and nothing is guaranteed. And as a teenager, you might forget that, because people would always tell me that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, this moment is too long. I can't deal with this. But just realizing where you're at right now is not going to always be where you're at. So enjoy it for what it is, whatever it is. And side note, remember how I said window earlier, opportunity window? Coming back to that. Stargardt is great because it's a window to see other people through. So whether it's your family, your friends, if you started working, your coworkers, your teachers, whomever you interact with, seeing how they interact with you because of Stargardt is it's beautiful. Realize that there's so much more compassion and love out there than you realize. I've gotten so much kindness from strangers when I share with them that I'm legally blind, whether I'm in the supermarket or running an errand, or they think I'm doing something weird and I tell them I'm legally blind, and then they feel awkward and apologize, and they're like, it's so awesome that you're still living life. There's so much beauty out there, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Sometimes you'll have a friend that treats you differently as your vision gets worse, or someone's inconsiderate at work. I've had that happen many times before, but it doesn't reflect on you, and you shouldn't allow that to determine how you feel about yourself and where you're at. It's just pretty much showing you who they are and where they're at in their life. It's not for you to judge them and say they're a bad person. It's just where they're at in their life, where they're not conscientious enough to be courteous or considerate or mindful or whatever it is about your eye disease and who you are as an individual. So don't take it personally, which is very hard. That's something I need to practice every single day, because I take a lot personally. But it's something that I'm working on, because I realize once I just see things for what they are, let it go, life is so much better. So if this video wasn't too long, I hope that it helped you out there. If you have anything that you want to share as a teenager living with Stargardt, with other teenagers living with Stargardt, be sure to put it in the comment section below. If you prefer to message me privately, I have an email address. I might get to that faster than the DMs on Snapchat and Instagram, but do whatever you like. If you want to share your story, ask a question, don't be afraid. That's what I'm here for. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and until next time, love and later. Whatever. I don't even know what take this is at this point, because I've been talking for too long and I want to keep this short and sweet. That's what's up.